It's a me, a Mario.
When I was a kid, I loved the vast amount of free online games you could just play. Flash games, fan games, literally anything on Game Jolt. It was amazing. Who needed super expansive PS3 and Wii games? I could just play Duck Life at 3 FPS on my family's Windows Vista. But if you grew up doing this, you also know that you would eventually stumble across the horrors. Yep, every now and then on my quest to play or download fun games, I'd come across this hodgepodge of bright colors and licensed characters. The website would have pictures of Mario, SpongeBob, Ben 10, random dress-up games, that kind of stuff. And when it came to sketchy game sites containing Mario, none would stick out more to me than Softendo. For those of you who are unaware, Softendo is a game hosting site that mostly has Mario fan games for you to download. Now, I've known about this website since I was a kid, and even as a kid, I never downloaded a thing from here. I mean, the website used to look like this. Why is SpongeBob there? Anyways, I've heard very conflicting things about this website. Some say it's a safe way to get Mario fan games, but some mention its past of shady toolbars and hosting of malware-infested games. If you want my 2 cents, just to err on the caution side, don't download things from this website. I mean, it suggests that if Mario.exe isn't working, you give it admin privileges. That's just asking for trouble. But if you're aware of Softendo, I guarantee it's not because of their website. No, it's probably because of their slightly infamous fan game, Mario Forever. Mario Forever was a remake of the original Super Mario Bros. With new power-ups, revamped graphics, and a bunch more. Now, I've never played it, so I can't speak to its quality, but I've heard and seen this game about 1,000,000 times, so surely it's gotta have something to it. If you want to check it out, I've heard that there's a safe Super Nintendo remake of it, so go find that. I'm not here to talk about Mario Forever though, no. I'm here to talk about a completely different Mario fan game, its sequel. New Super Mario Forever 2012, the official sequel to Mario Forever, is one of the best worst Mario fan games I've ever played. I found out about this game back when Varg Skeletor played it during his Windows Destruction stream. Now, my original plan for this video was to just talk about this game's malicious past, but this was way too strange of an experience and I need to talk about it. Also, I'm pretty sure my copy was safe, but still, exercise caution and make sure you download from the right place if you go try to play this game yourself. I am not liable if you infect your computer trying to play as Turn-Up Mario. Let's just jump right into it so I can show you just how odd this game is. Humble viewers, may I present to you the magnum opus of Mario fan games, none other than New Super Mario Forever 2012. Sometimes it goes by 2015. Right off the bat, I accidentally put the game in Polish. You'd think after SpongeMan 9 I'd be fluent, but I'm not quite there yet. The game finally starts and oh my goodness, This is a lot being thrown at me at once. Why are the Luma smiling at me? Why is there a Maple Story mushroom? And why does it keep using this picture of Mario? This is definitely the biggest and most obvious oddity of the game, the graphics. From the moment you boot up the game, to the overworld, to the levels themselves, it's all just so goofy. This game is a Frankenstein's monster of Mario, Wii, and DS renders, those weird Mario edits from the early 2000s, and Windows 7. It just looks so strange. There's so many mismatching graphics and everything just moves wrong. Gonna need some delicious gamer subs to get me through this game, which you can use code TOADBUP to get 10% off of your order, by the way. I don't normally get into graphics first before talking about the actual gameplay, but it just needs to be addressed. Every graphic is just constantly moving. The characters flip and stretch like crazy. Toad has real arms. Not to mention that 99% of the assets are stolen and unoriginal. One of the backgrounds to the stage was literally Pokemon fan art. Mr. Softendo, were you even trying? Same goes for the music. Most of it is taken from other games like the original Mario Forever and Smash Bros. Melee, but for some reason there's a Little Big Planet song in the save file menu. That song actually kind of gave me a fleeting moment of joy, you know, before it was ripped away by the 15 lens flares and the waving toad. Despite how absolutely strange the graphics are, I almost kinda love it. It's so bad that it wraps around to being good again. You know that meme So Retro where people make fun of bad sprite art? This is the opposite of that. This is so modern. As much as I'd love to sit here and just rag on how the game looks the whole video, it is a game after all, so let's get into the gameplay itself. Before any actual levels, you start off at Mario's house. And, I'm sorry, is Toad speaking to me? I love how it was pitched up to try and make it sound more like Toad, but it just did not work.
Hey Mario, we need your help. Please, read this letter from Princess Peach.
Anyways, Toad has a message from Princess Peach for you, and I guess the dev just gave up on voice acting right after Toad, because Peach is just text-to-speech.
When it will be all over, please come to my castle. I will bake a cake for you, and we will take some sweet photos to Facebook.
With the request from Peach to stop Bowser, you could finally start your adventure through the 8 different worlds you're presented with. The themes are about as basic Mario as you can get. The first world is grassy and sunny, the second is a desert, the third is water, you get the idea. Headed into 1-1, you can finally get a taste of what New Super Mario Forever has in store for you. And what it has in store is pain and vegetables. In that order, you don't get the vegetables until later. Now, ignoring the animation that makes me feel like I should run for cover, this game isn't great. The jumping and running are fine. I never felt like my jumps were going to be too short or too high, but oh my god are the controls slippery. Mario is constantly on a thin sheet of ice. It's not as bad as an actual ice level from Mario, but it's still super noticeable. Anytime I thought I was gonna stop somewhere, like in front of an enemy, Mario would decide to just scooch on over into instant death, for funsies of course. It made platforming annoying as hell, as you had to account for the slippery Italian every time you jumped. The game also just ran a little slow. Granted, it could have just been my virtual machine I was using, but there was no way in hell I was giving the grinning Lumas access to my computer. I think the game just chugged a lot and was just not programmed well, hence why it was so slow. It wasn't a huge detriment, but can you imagine how annoying something would be if it was just slow enough to notice the slowness? Yeah, that would be absolutely horrible. Also, I think the bad coding led to the fact that the game just won't close. Now, I was able to get it to close after spamming the task manager, but literally the most popular clip of this game is a streamer not being able to close the game. It totally could have been because the download Joel used was malicious, but also this game is held together with tape and willpower. I wouldn't be surprised if it just did that. Last thing about the gameplay, the hitboxes are absolute garbage. I wasn't expecting pristine hit detection from a game where Mario can give himself top, but it's just horrific at times. It didn't make the game impossible, but it made it quite annoying. Enough about the gameplay, on to the game itself. It's very much based on the new Super format of Mario games. I mean, it's literally in the title. You play as Mario, traverse different styled levels, enter mushroom houses for power-ups, pretty much everything present in the new Super games. They even have the enemies roaming on the map, and that one-up cannon minigame. It's new Super Mario Bros. Wii, bar for bar. Now, the levels themselves are where it gets a little bit more unique. Sure, it's still standard Mario platforming at its core, but a lot of new gimmicks are introduced. For one, and the most obvious, you've got new power-ups. Classics return like the Tanuki Leaf, Tanuki Suit, and the Hammer Suit. I love the mushroom for the hammer suit. Do you remember those power-up edits people would make on DeviantArt where it'd be like fire mushroom and fucking Google mushroom? Yeah, that's exactly what this reminds me of. But then you get to the original power-ups, which are, interesting, to say the least. Listen, Mario's got some pretty goofy power-ups these days, but what the hell is this? Is this a leek? Is this a cabbage? Why does it grow when you throw it down? Oh wait, this was a Mario Wonder, wasn't it? On top of new power-ups, they also brought back the plant mechanic from Super Mario Bros. 2, where you can pick plants out of the ground and throw them. It isn't a Mario game without hyper-realistic carrots now, is it? The levels themselves start off fairly simple. World 1 has your standard grass levels, underground levels, castles, pretty much everything you'd expect. There are a few standouts though. Bubble Fun and Run utilizes these giant water bubbles you have to float through. And Chomp Sharks is miserable. So the whole gimmick of that one is that there's these giant chain chomps in the background just waiting to jump out and attack. Between the unpredictable launches of the chain chomps and the slippery ass Mario jumping all around, this one was a bit difficult to deal with. Also, oh my god, why do they look like that? This was the hardest part of World 1 though, as I was able to breeze through the final airship, fight Boom Boom, and win back King Toad's crown. Oh yeah, there's a King Toad. We do not see Peach for the rest of the game. So much for those sweet photos on Facebook, I guess. Now this is probably where you expect me to go world by world explaining the rest of the game, going in depth on the intricate level designs, right? Please don't make me play this anymore. Now, I'll come clean, I only actually beat the first 2 worlds or so. I was able to get a copy of the game that already had the first 5 worlds done, so I was able to dilly-dally around in other levels, but there was no way in hell I was gonna beat this whole thing. There are 2 reasons for that. One, the game just isn't that fun. I can appreciate someone making a whole ass Mario fan game like this, 8 full worlds in all, but the slight lag and horrible controls just aren't worth it. It is quite literally like if every level was an ice level running at 19 frames per second. The cool gimmicky levels kinda lose their cool when I can't goddamn beat it. Oh yeah, that's the second thing. The difficulty spike is insane. Now, it's no Kaizo Mario, but Mr. Soft Tendo really didn't fuck around with some of these levels. From just what I played in the first 5 worlds, there were some challenging stages. There was the one in World 2 where it was just an assault of these battle tanks. Then there's World 5's Unlocking Castle, where thwomps are at every corner waiting to smooch you. I wrote smooch in the script instead of smush. I don't think they're here to do that. Like, some of these placements aren't even possible. These 2 are just stacked on top of each other. World 5 also had hard jumping, which, you know what? Accurate title. Pretty hard to jump when the game just won't function right. Come on, what was that? And those were just the ones I played. I took a look at some gameplay of the last few worlds, and this looks absolutely horrible. Even if I did try to beat this whole game before I made this video, between my horrible Mario skills, this game being coded like shit, and college midterms, this would have taken me weeks. Maybe one day I'll take a crack at beating the whole thing on stream, or for a members only video, or for like a live leak torture video, cause that's what it would be. Besides that, I don't know what else to really talk about. Some of the bullet bill variants were kind of cool. I like the pirate ship and the tank levels. Those were cool as fuck. Oh, the level names were really funny. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a Mario game name a level Secret House of Mr. John. Who the hell is Mr. John? New Super Mario Forever is just... I don't even know. I love this game, but I love it because of how baffling its existence is. Its only real legacy is being a sequel to Mario Forever, and people not being able to close the game. I posted a screenshot of this game on Twitter when I was getting gameplay footage, and a majority of the comments were just making jokes about it not closing. And while that's really funny, I want this game to be remembered for what it really was. A weird-ass, ridiculously difficult, asset-flipped Bowser fart animation, lens-flared, vegetable-infused Mario fan game with a Luma that's grinning the whole time because they 100% know what you're about to play. I'm not gonna link to this game because, once again, soft Tendo, but if you can find a safe copy of this game out there, I do recommend that you check it out. It's just an unbelievable anomaly in the Mario fan game scene, something that slipped under the radar that really shouldn't have. Because for better or for worse, I've never seen a Mario fan game like this in my entire life. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention what actually happens if you beat the game. Well damn, now you've got me hooked, why didn't you tell me sooner?
Getting fit and funky is at your the soul that makes you feel